How is it possible that with rising inflation every year, corporations are making more and more money, yet they don't have enough money to pay their employees a living wage? It's simple. Because of our capital structure, we have to make profits go up every year. In innovation and invention, it's a pretty hard thing to do. And what is normally the number one cost to any business? Wages. So if inflation is like 5% one year, that business is then going to turn around and charge their consumer at least 5% more, if not, usually a little more, like 7 or 8%. The 5% to cover the cost of inflation, the extra few percent in order to make more profit. This is to help the line go up. But what's the other way that they're able to increase their profits? If inflation goes up by 5%, you offer your employees a 2 or 3% pay increase, if anything at all. What that inherently means is that the businesses are profiting on the gap between the wages that they are paying their employees and the inflation that is actually occurring. Because remember, they have already increased their prices in order to cover inflation. So every year, the companies make more money, every year the employees make less money, and that means that every year consumers in the economy have less money to spend. Which is why every year the cost of living keeps going up, but corporations keep making record profits year over year over year over year. Our capitalist system began to fail us when it became an economy of extraction. That doesn't mean that capitalism is a failure. It doesn't mean that capitalism is bad. It means that in its current state, it only exists to extract as much wealth as possible from the consumers and to give as much wealth as possible, or as little wealth as possible, to its employers, and as much wealth as possible to the owners. Costs have always gone up, but in the last 5 to 7 years, the costs have gone up at a rate by which we have not seen an increase in the quality of our living experiences. In the past, when costs went up, usually it meant that we got fancy new doodads or things that made our lives better or easier. That is not happening anymore, and that is going to continue to not happen in this current age of techno-feudalism that we are entering. And this is why now, more than ever, unions are so goddamn important. Collective bargaining is so goddamn important. And the collective of society and the pressure that we put on businesses and governments in order to make them give us the same quality expectations that we have had in the past, to make sure that we are getting better lives. We need to put pressure on them for that to happen. Vacation pay, the 5-day work week, EI, maternity leave, all of this stuff was only gotten because we, as citizens, fought for it. Corporations and governments did not give this to them out of the goodness of their hearts. These things were only won after long, hard-fought battles, and we are currently in one. Normally, we fight to get more. Currently, we are going to be fighting just to maintain the existence that we have. And if we do not fight, if we do not put the pressure on to corporations and governments, we are going to slowly see this eroded away until we wonder where the hell everything went.